Hello, got 5 minutes? I'm Dr. Stephen Knowlton, Dr. No for short. Today I am going to talk to you about the light bulb. If you have a science background, you may want to skip this video. I have designed this information for people who have minimal or no experience with science or math, like many of my patients. But everybody uses light bulbs, so keep watching if you like. When my wife and I moved into our current house 11 years ago, the prior owner shared her most recent year's worth of electric bills. My aim was to cut back on this ongoing expense. Her annual electricity use was about 18,000 kilowatt hours, equal to $1,800 here in central North Carolina. Since about a pound of coal has to be burned to give 1 kilowatt hour of electricity, this annual use of electricity meant that the prior owner was causing the burning of 18,000 pounds of coal every year. That's 9 tons. For some time, electric power companies, like Duke Power, where we live, have been promoting the use of compact fluorescent light bulbs, or LED, light-emitting diode light bulbs, instead of the traditional incandescent light bulbs developed by Edison and others. My wife and I thought the easiest way to start cutting back on our use of electricity would be replacing all of the incandescent light bulbs in our new house with compact fluorescent or LED light bulbs. Edison created his light bulb many years ago. At the center of the bulb, electricity passes through a tungsten filament. The filament gets hot and glows, producing light, similar to the heating element in a toaster, which glows red as it is toasting your bread. This invention was marvelous and used much less energy than that used by candles or oil lanterns. For a long time, the Edison light bulb was the standard, even though only 10% of the electricity going into the bulb ends up as light and 90% ends up as heat. Now, one light bulb does not use a lot of electricity, but when there are millions of light bulbs all on at the same time, that is a big load on the power plant. A 100-watt incandescent light bulb will use 1 kilowatt of electricity over 10 hours. 1,000 100-watt bulbs will use a megawatt of electricity, and so on. Over the years, as there were more and more people, homes, and businesses, more and more incandescent bulbs were used, requiring even more electricity and producing more and more carbon dioxide. We thought that replacing these incandescent bulbs in our new home would be easy, and it was. Just unscrew the incandescent bulbs and screw in the high-efficiency replacement bulbs. What could be easier? Initially, we replaced most of our incandescent bulbs with fluorescent bulbs since these were cheaper than LED bulbs. The chemistry that results in the production of light from fluorescent bulbs is pretty darn complicated. If you want to learn more about this, look up the Edison Tech Center website. What you need to know about fluorescent light bulbs is that they use less electricity than incandescent light bulbs. In fact, a compact fluorescent bulb uses about 1/4 as much electricity as an incandescent bulb. So if you switch to compact fluorescence in your home, you will use 1/4 as much electricity for lighting, saving you money. In recent years, power companies have even given people these bulbs to use at no cost. But it gets even better. Other researchers have developed what is called the LED, or light-emitting diode light bulb. These first appeared in the 1960s and have improved over the years. When you turn on a switch for a lamp containing an LED bulb, electrons pass through a junction that results in the release of light, but minimal heat. In addition, LED bulbs last for at least 25,000 hours compared to 1,200 hours for a typical incandescent bulb and 8,000 hours for a compact fluorescent bulb. We replaced all of our incandescent bulbs 11 years ago. Since then, I have never changed an LED bulb and have just changed 2 or 3 compact fluorescent bulbs. Because no heat is involved, LED bulbs are extremely efficient. They use roughly 15% of the electricity required to make the same amount of light from an incandescent light bulb. Even though LED and compact fluorescent bulbs are more expensive than incandescent bulbs, they save you electricity and money year after year. And lastly, you will not burn your fingers touching a lighted LED light bulb. Remember trying to unscrew an incandescent bulb from its fixture after it had just failed? You had better do it with oven mitts. Habits are harder to change than light bulbs. Let me repeat that. Habits are harder to change than light bulbs. Remember that as a family doctor, I have struggled with getting people to change their bad habits. But replacing your incandescent light bulbs with compact fluorescents or LEDs is a no-brainer change. This is one of the easiest and cheapest ways to cut back on your electricity usage, reduce the CO2 produced from burning fossil fuels, and fight global warming. And remember, whatever your light is, turn it off when you aren't using it. Good night.